Welcome to the Game of Life podcast, where we bring you inspiring softball stories, insightful tips from coaches and players, and explore how the game transcends its boundaries to become a metaphor for life. Whether you're a sports enthusiast, a casual fan, or someone just looking for inspiration, you're in for a treat. We'll unravel the tales that go beyond the scoreboard. Discover how perseverance and hard work on the field translates into resilience in your daily challenges. Learn about teamwork, leadership, and the unwavering spirit that fuels success, not just in sports, but in the game of life. All right, here we are. Always excited to talk to Allie Richmond.
Hey, that makes me feel good. How's everybody doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Good. Busy week, but excited to chat tonight. I know we got an exciting topic, but I know we were just talking about it a little bit before, but you want to kick us off tonight?
Yeah, a couple things. We're having a couple guests coming on in the next couple weeks, which we're super excited about. I don't want to share anything. It's just like a little teaser right now. I mean, really, really big guests. And then, yeah, tonight we were just talking about all we're going through for the day. You've changed facilities recently. You know, that my I always have a lot going on, but some days you wake up and you have so much to accomplish, and at the end of the day, you're like, "Ooh, I'm exhausted." But I feel like you have one shot at life, and it should be hard. Like, it should be challenging. It should be hard. There should be obstacles you're overcoming. There should be solutions you're always looking for. But that's what's so much fun about it. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts?
I feel one thing that always makes me laugh, and I feel like this now that I have a job, and even just when I talk to people in general, one of my pet peeves, and I've caught myself doing this a couple times, and I have to check myself, is when someone's like, "How you doing?" And they just go, "Oh, living the dream," like
I
sarcastically.
can't stand that. Yeah,
That
but I
is
say it's
my Yeah, that is my pet peeve because to your point, I feel like, a lot of times when someone says, "How are you doing?" There's two responses. You either say good and nothing else, or you start complaining about all the things going on in your life. And I think sometimes we're complaining about the things that we once wanted. Like we once asked for. We asked to have this new job. We asked to make the team. We asked to get more responsibility, right? So we asked for these things and then we get them and then it's hard. But I think the part that we forget is like we knew it was going to be hard. So I'll use a personal example from my life right now. I signed up to run the Chicago Marathon. I find myself complaining that I have to go on long runs. I didn't sign up because I thought it was going to be easy. Like that's just an easy example to give right now, but it's funny because luckily I have friends in my life who are like, "Ellie, you get up and run tomorrow. You don't have to. You signed up for this." And it reminds me that anything worth doing that's going to be rewarding, you're probably going to have some sort of adversity when you go through it. But I just find it ironic when we ask each other, "How are you?" And we choose to say things like living the dream or, "Oh, busy," instead of talking about things that maybe excite us.
you know, it's funny when you said living the dream, it touched a nerve with me because when people say I'm living the dream, I'm like, all right, whatever, okay. But sometimes I find myself saying it to people because I just don't want to get into what I'm doing. Like, oh, it's been a great day. I've done A, B, C, and D. I'm studying for this exam. I'm doing this. I had open workouts with the team. Like, there's just not enough time in the day. And
Yeah.
there really isn't, but that's what's fun about it. So I just look at people and say, "Oh, living the dream," because that's what they wanna hear, because they really don't care what you're doing. And then if you tell them all that stuff, they're like, "Oh, look at this person," you know? So
Yeah.
it's it's I probably should make a point to not say that to people anymore, because I really but I think I really am living the dream.
Yeah. I agree. Like I almost
But
want to
when
start.
people sorry, but when people say it, they're not saying it like I mean it. So I don't know what to do.
I feel like I mean, I'm gonna start saying to people when they say "living the dream," I'll be like, "I'm really glad to hear that. I'm glad it's going well." So I think the reason I'm saying that is because I think like we'd, build a lot more meaningful relationships if when someone said, "Hey, how are you?" If you actually told them something going on in your life, like, "Hey, I'm training for this. Oh, this weekend I
Mhm.
was able to spend time with my family and this was important to me and we did this." But I feel like we almost use it as a scapegoat of like, I don't really want to talk about what I'm doing. So then why would the other person either? And then it just becomes this cycle of us talking about nothing, basically. So I think that's a challenge for you. It's a challenge for me. It's a challenge for everyone listening to just check yourself when the last time you said that is or something similar and see if there's something you can substitute that with.
Well, so if I'm on this, so I'm gonna prompt you with this. So let's pretend we're walking down the street and I don't know you, and I'm gonna say,
Mhm.
"Ellie, how you doing?" And I want you to comment with "living the dream." You ready? Because
Yep.
because I think this is gonna be my new response, and I want to know if you like it. You ready?
Okay.
Ellie, how
Yep.
you doing?
Oh, living the dream.
Oh, how so?
Well, I'm working hard on my job. I'm marathon training. I'm going on trips. I have a lot going on in my life right now. I'm coaching. I'm doing different things. Like it. See, but I feel like even I froze for a second because I wasn't expecting you to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that to people, and everybody watching better look out because you know people say living the dream. I'm like same old because I just don't want to deal with it. From now on, I'm gonna say how so.
Yeah.
Tell me. I want to hear about it because maybe it'll inspire me to do something.
Yeah. The other one I hear a lot is, "Oh, it's almost Friday. It's almost the weekend." Or on
Yeah.
Sunday, "Oh, it's almost Monday." But I feel like and we've talked about this a lot growing up, it's the type of perspective that you have going into the work week. I think no matter what job people have or what people do for a living, there's parts of your job that you love, there's parts of your job maybe you don't look forward to as much, but it's the attitude that you go into every day with. So I try really hard not to do that either. I mean, don't get me wrong, when it's a Friday and work's over, right? I like to go do fun things or go do different things, but also, when it's Sunday, I look forward to Monday because my routine's back. I get to wake up early and go on a run. I get to go to work. I get to work with my team. I get to do different things. So I think, between the living the dream and the it's almost the weekend, it gets a little repetitive sometimes. And I see that in
You
a lot
know,
of, like, it's not just work, it's other things as well.
I've literally got in the car to go to school and we've had a day off before because I just don't pay attention to what day it is. And I don't mean like I don't know it's Friday, Saturday, whatever. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I I enjoy talking to the students and getting rolling and going and I think too many people settle. Like
Mhm.
you what again, we haven't even talked about sports yet in this episode, but the whole point is whether it's a team you play for or a class you're taking in school or a college class or a career someday, why are you doing it every day? And maybe it is a little redundant because maybe it's entry level or maybe it's a rite of passage or maybe that's how you move up in the ladder and that's what you're pursuing. But like you have one shot at life. What's the point?
And I think it's so interesting because, like, we set goals for ourselves and we have things that we want to achieve, right? Maybe it's, I want to be a homeowner. I want to get married. I want to have this job. I want to reach this physical goal. I want to do this thing. And we just think if we reach it, all adversity is going to go away and it's going to be sunshine and rainbows. But it's so interesting. Every phase of your life that you're in, the adversity just looks different, right? When I was in college, it's, oh, once I graduate college, I'm not going to have to deal with certain stuff anymore. But now I have adversity in my life that I didn't know was coming when I was in college. And not in a bad way, but it's just different seasons of life bring you different things that you have to work through. And I think sometimes we think that once we're out of the phase that we're in, just nothing is hard anymore. And I think
So
it's so interesting.
College Alley, today with what you go through with your career, getting up in the morning and running with your softball team, is that as bad as it felt like at the time?
Oh, like you mean when I was in college?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I mean, It's interesting though because looking back, right, I'm a high school athlete. I'm like, my dream is to play at the D1 level. And then you get to the D1 level and you're like, oh, this is hard. I have to wake up early. I have to go to lift. Okay, but you asked for that. That's what you wanted. You didn't want it because you thought it was going to be easy. So luckily, I think I did a decent job of staying positive through all that and practicing gratitude and making sure that I didn't get in that mindset and I had people around me who made sure I didn't as well. But I think when you look back, right, or I have things now where, I'm getting up on my own and going for runs. I'm like, wow, that'd be fun to do with 20 other people, like I did every day when I woke up in college for lit. So there's different things that come and go. And I just think we choose to look at the small things that bother us sometimes instead of the thousands of things going right for us every day or the things that we asked for.
Could you imagine being in college with your teammates and training for a marathon? How would they support you?
It'd be insane. It would be absolutely insane. So, but
Some
it's
would run with you just to run with you.
yeah, yeah, they absolutely would. They'd come to the marathon, they'd do all the things, they'd bring me snacks along the route, like, they'd do all the stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
coaches included. I mean,
yeah, 100%, but that's why I think we take things for granted in all aspects of our life. I mean, there's even things right now like, especially with social media right now, not to go too far off the rails, but you see other things people are doing, and you're like, "Oh, I wish I had that. Oh, they're better than I'm doing. Oh, this, oh, that." And back to the marathon training, like, one thing my friends and I talk about is you look online, all these people are running, like, 7-minute miles for a marathon, and then you get these thoughts creep in like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so slow." But to college Allie would have been like, "You're running a marathon? That's so cool."
yeah.
So there's all this stuff and I'm using the marathon example because that's what I'm going through right now, but you can apply this to
Right,
any
right.
aspect of your life and it's really interesting to think about.
No, I mean, I'm studying for a financial exam right now. It's like 3 hours every morning, right
Mhm.
when I wake up. And it's terrible because it's the next exam I want to take. But you know what? There's lots of other people that have passed the exam and taken the exam before me, and nobody feels sorry for you. And you can't, it's hard to have a support staff that wants to help you, but it's the next hard thing that you should try to accomplish.
Yeah.
Like
And I
the
also think
marathon, at one time, sorry, at one time, making the varsity team was the next hard thing. Then getting
Mhm.
recruited was the next hard thing. Then graduating is the next hard thing. Then your career's the next hard thing. Now the marathon's the next hard thing. Like
Yeah,
you have to have something hard you're working for.
100%. But I also think it's interesting. I think sometimes we have the wrong approach to reaching the goal of the hard thing that we're working towards. So, for example, we can use athletics, we can use I'll just stick on the marathon example for now. The marathon training is 18 weeks. The marathon itself is 5 hours. If I only enjoy the marathon, I'm not gonna be very happy for very long. So, the question then became for me, how do I enjoy the training? Because that's gonna be a lot longer, and that's what's gonna get me to the marathon. So, I have people I do it with. I change the locations I run. So, it's taking me new places. Like last weekend, I went to the lakefront of Chicago and ran on the lake, and it was beautiful and it was incredible. So I'm just trying to take a step back and say, okay, for this 18 weeks, it can't just be every day I wake up, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Why'd I do this? I mean, this was optional. Like I signed up for it. So I did this to myself. So I think it's just important to remember that when you're on the path to achieving hard things, and I know we've talked about this, like the journey is the fun part too, because most of the time when you're in the arena doing whatever it is that you're doing or competing, that's a lot shorter than the journey was to get you there.
Yeah. So let's finish this off transferring all this stuff into a softball player, middle school, high school, soon to be in college player. Like how can they take this information when they're trying to get recruited, then when they're trying to go to college? Like, how do they embrace all that? And what can they expect when they jump to level to level to level?
I just feel like the main thing is if you say you love softball, but you're complaining every day about
I hear
softball.
that. I hear that so much, and I don't even know what that means sometimes.
But, like, if you say, "Oh, why do you like softball?" "It's so fun, I love competing, I have so much fun with my friends," but then, "Oh, I don't wanna wake up early for practice. Oh, I don't wanna go so far to the games. Oh, I don't like the position I'm playing. Oh, I didn't like the snacks at the concession stand." Blah, blah, blah. Like, you're making up all this stuff. Do you really love softball? Like, I think and I hope the answer is yes, but I guess my action for you guys listening out there would be if you do love softball, and I'm gonna be frank, just stop complaining about all the stuff and just enjoy it. Maybe instead of all that stuff I just listed, wow, how grateful am I that I get to wake up and I'm healthy to go play the sport that I love. Oh my gosh, thank you to my parents or whoever's driving me to this tournament today. Wow, what a beautiful day. What nice fields we're playing on. This is so fun to be able to play with my friends. Like it takes less or just as much effort to talk about the stuff I just talked about than it did to complain. And that's a choice you have to make ultimately. And I think some people, unfortunately, just maybe don't have people in their direct community that are going to check them on that stuff. But if you wake up and you're complaining every day, that's exhausting to be around too. And I think some people, right, might say, "Oh, yeah, I'm with you." But I just challenge you to start being positive about that stuff, and it might sound forced at first, but watch how the environment and the atmosphere and the attitude of everybody around you changes too. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, if you love it, you're gonna love all of it because, again, you can't appreciate a sunny day until you've lived through a rainy day, right? I'm not trying to get all philosophical, but if
Yeah.
you really love softball, you love it because when things are going well, it's so amazing, but you can compare it to the times when you really worked hard and didn't get the result you want. So
Mhm.
you're gonna love it because you just love the ups and downs. You love everything about it. You love the process. You know, one bad day doesn't necessarily mean tomorrow's a bad day. You have to love it all.
Yeah, and I guess another thing to think about, and, Dad, I'm gonna ask you this, but everybody listening too, think about that one person in your life that just complains about everything. I'm just gonna give you a minute to think about them because I think we all have one. It's not like they just woke up one morning and decided to complain about everything. It was this progression of starting to complain about something small in their life. Nobody kind of helped them out on that path and they just kept complaining. And now they complain about everything. So I think, and sometimes that's a little bit draining to be around those people. And it's not unfixable, which is the good news. But I think it's important to just check ourselves when we're going through something that's hard and we choose to complain about it. Because I don't I don't know, Dad, for you, maybe this has happened, but has complaining ever made anything easier for you?
No, I mean,
Yeah.
it might make you feel better temporarily, but it doesn't mask the problem.
No,
It
it
doesn't
doesn't
solve the problem.
doesn't solve anything, so I feel like I'm being blunt tonight, but I think it's just true. I had people be blunt with me about this topic, and it really helped because I think when you start to be optimistic and kinda speak positivity into the things that you're doing, it really transforms your life.
So we're gonna go back full circle to the beginning. So Allie, I'm gonna ask how you're doing, and you're gonna say same old, and then Allie, how you doing?
You want me to say living the dream?
Yeah, living the dream.
Yeah, living the dream.
How so? How so?
Well, I got a few different goals that I'm working on right now. I'm blah, 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 whatever. But I think seriously start asking people that because I think it'll make them
I'm
think.
done.
Yeah.
And then when you talked about all you're doing, I'm gonna say, "Oh, how so?" Like, talk to me. That's inspiring. Oh, that's amazing. Is it
Yeah.
hard? Are there bad days? Do you have good days? Like,
Mhm.
I'm so excited because in the education world, I'm part of a huge district, and I really like my job, and I'll go to meetings. "Hey, how you doing?" And they're living the dream.
Yep.
They
I
almost
think the
go like
other
that. I say it.
I think the other one is maybe they don't say living the dream. Maybe they're just like, just tired, busy. I'm busy. Oh,
Mm.
what are you busy with? What do you have going
Yeah,
on?
how so? With yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
So,
we're gonna do this, right?
all right. Hey, if anybody else out there does it, let us know how it works. I'm excited about this.
Just challenge people. But again, it has to be because you're excited about what you're doing. And then
Mhm.
if you don't want to do that because that's a common response you tell people, maybe it's time to reflect and think about what you're doing as well.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Emily. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, bye.